force of evil. You kept it real through all the freestyles with me, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One. Know what I mean?
Greetings, my name is Vadim Bagrintsov. Ala Arol Diamond scored another victory at the Kunlun Fight tournament, which was held in China. Joining us today is Vladislav Tuinov. Greetings, Vladislav. Hello. Congratulations for intermediate victory. I say that because by winning your last fight you only advanced to quarter-finals of the tournament. Please tell us more about this spectacle, about this competition, about this tournament more detail, because an amateur admirer of the sport, it is difficult to comprehend the structure of this tournament. Tell us. It more or less looks like a World Series of boxing, only a little more fighters participate. At first, 64 fighters are picked. They compete in elimination rounds and fours, which means that each fighter participates in 2 fights per event. 16 fighters pass through such rounds. Then they have to go through 2 super fights. The remaining fighters participate in the final 4. And that's where many interesting moments happen, because the organizers try to get ex-champions or current champions as well as more decorated fighters to participate in order to show a high level of organization of the tournaments as well as the level of the fights. For us citizens overall, it is way easier to judge it by your previous opponent whom you defeated in our city, you Hirona. What are the basic differences between the Japanese and the Moroccan? The Japanese was a little taller, so the fight itself was more inconvenient because he tried to keep distance. I think the Japanese fighter was a little more physically stronger, because you can feel the samurai-like genetics in his soul. Meanwhile, the Moroccan was more of a chaotic fighter, meaning that you could expect anything from him. I think even he didn't understand what he was doing sometimes. At the end, the fight being dirty because he was scared to get punched, and then he missed a heavy one. Then he retaliated with a good body shot. I decided that we shouldn't hurry and it's better to sit and wait a little to recover. That was the moment when you sat out in the ring for a bit. You had all of us worried there for a little. We didn't know where exactly your opponent hit you. I rested a little, then continued the fight, making 3 knockdowns, and then I didn't understand how he was still getting up. I really wanted to finish him, to knock out him. He kept on avoiding the fight, trying to clinch or fall after every impact. I pulled back from his kick, and he tripped him up by my own. He fell so many times. It was obvious that he was wasting time. That was starting to irritate me. He was behaving like a roly-poly toy, right? Yes, he was trying to ruin the fight completely, because he understood that he wouldn't be able to pull off victory after 4 knockdowns. The score was incomparable, 30-25, 30-24. The only thing that could save him was a knockout, but he had no power to do that. So I'm not a professional, and I didn't watch the whole fight, only the clip that is roaming the internet. And I've gotten the opinion that compared to your opponent, you were a wall, monumental, accurate moves. On the other hand, the Moroccan maybe didn't know what to do about it. Jumped around and ran around. Maybe he didn't have a certain strategy, or the strategy that he picked didn't work. He came out so you and say, okay, that wouldn't work, only if he moved a little faster. Yeah, from the very beginning, when we were building the plan for the fight, we knew it was going to be a dirty fight, and he was going to be ruining it as much as possible. He always does. He always performs chaotic attacks on his opponents, hoping for some sort of hit that he will be able to make impact with it, and if he fails to do so, he starts running around the ring, going side to side and making runs at his opponent. In Holland, he usually succeeds at this. He can often make impact on the opponent, but I don't think the level of his opponents was a high level. That's why it worked in some cases. In Holland, there are good fighters, but I didn't see any good fighters among those he fought. But even in Europe, there were worthy fighters, which you've already mentioned. This is exactly why it didn't work out for him. He knew exactly that he wouldn't dash at us a couple of times, that he will try something, then I will land a good hit, and he will run around the ring. At one point, I felt uncomfortable, and I slid around the ring at the start. I must say, he was a little soft, and I couldn't feel it. When I wanted to start to quickly move at the opponent, my legs slipped. The ring sort of absorbed me a little, and because of that, the fight lost some of its pace and became less dynamic, but in generally, everything went well. 4 knockdowns in one night, that's the best you've done this year, if I'm not mistaken, with which I congratulate you, of course, but there is the next question. When you come into the ring before the fight, do you have any secondary goals, like reaching another record, or is victory the main goal for you? And achieving records is something that, if it happens, then great. Well, really, the main goal prior to coming on the ring is victory and show a spectacular fight, as well as showing your maximum and keeping up to your standards. We never plan for the fight to end in a knockout. We have a rough sketch for each round, which we must complete, and I try to stick to that. In this fight, it turned out that at first I knocked him down, and then I knocked him down, so that he was really dazed, and I didn't expect him to get up, because to me it looked like he fell asleep, yeah. But he got up so fast that I thought, I need to pressure him a little, apply some force, block all his possible ways to escape from the corner and try to land some shots. And then I tried to do the same action, which I knocked him down last time, but I rushed in a little bit, came at him and a little early and didn't move to the side as much. That's why, with that kind of jab, he didn't even know what he did. He himself thought it was a punch in the groin. But that wasn't on purpose, right? In any case, what do you think? I don't think so. Well, it was just a coincidence. Somewhere I miscalculated my actions a little, and after which I moved around during the first round. Andrei Vladimirovich gave me instructions, and I tried to follow them, but somewhere my emotions took over, and I just wanted to knock him out already, because their behavior before the tournament, their behavior on the internet wasn't nice. They made some very big statements, behaved poorly, but anyway, we are all fighters, and prior to the matches, we all behave ourselves for the public. We're creating a show. Your image. Yes, but behind those cameras, we're still normal people. We talk, we shake each other's hands, greet each other. And this is the first time I've met a fighter who, when we're talking towards him, he looks away. That's really strange. It is just insulting to the work that we do. He blocked me on social media, and when I tried to advertise the fight, I had pictures made for the press, and I wanted to send it to him so that he could publish the post about your fight. I logged onto my social media, I logged onto Instagram. I want to send it to him, and I see that he was blocked me. I can see this page. The childish, you can tell this professional athlete. The fight took place on the 5th of August. Did you feel the support of your fellow countrymen, of those who live in the world, despite being thousands of kilometers from home? Because it is the day of the city when many are celebrating. Is it a part of you still here? And how did you feel fighting for so many kilometers for your friends and family? Who was supporting you? Well, to be honest, I really felt that there were celebrations in my hometown. From the beginning, I said in China that this fight is dedicated to my hometown, because our hometown is having its birthday on that day, and I want to dedicate this fight to the city and to every resident of our city. The Chinese people were very impressed because of that. They, and even the organizers, supported me a lot and said, come on, you have to win. And this fight, you want to dedicate it to the place where you were born and grew up. To me, this served as a great motivation. The citizens of Ural supported me a lot as well. They sent me many messages. They motivated me to come out and show a great fight. From my acquaintance, of course, my family supported me so much. My teammates and my girlfriend was very worried so much that she even fainted. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were in arms of worried because the fight was so close, so interesting. There was a knockdown. Great. After the fight, you had a warm photo shoot with the Chinese people. Could you say that you are already their favorite? Yes, you could say so because, to be honest, the relationship with the Chinese public is very warm. They greeted me like one of their own. It was very important for the organizers that I participate in the tournament. Sadly, it turned out that the main event of this tournament was cancelled. The Chinese athlete, who is a very big star in this organization, is the next champion of this Grand Prix, suffered an injury and isn't able to complete in the tournament. A post is published saying that the main fight of this night could be Vlad Tuinov and his opponent, because it is the most interesting fight for the public and is a decoration of this tournament. This was said by the organizers, and this was very flattering. Of course, it motivated me even more. This was when more interviews, more photo shoots began. They, the Chinese people, value me a lot, and are really nice to me. We already are having talks with the Chinese organization about the possibility of developing me even more in China, and it's possible that there will be something very interesting. Could you tell us more about the next fight that you have been preparing for? After the last fight, I received many offers from countries like Turkey, Holland, and Belgium. Moreover, we're currently in negotiations with a new but big organization. It used to organize only MMA events, but now they began introducing kickboxing. I am very interested to cooperate with them, but they have only one disadvantage. They only offer exclusive contracts like the rest of the companies. They're trying to force to perform just on their shows, which we can't accept. So we are still trying to negotiate in order to be able to perform in different organizations and tournaments, as well as meeting other opponents. My next fight will be on the 6th of October at Kunlun Fight. It is going to be next round. It will be a super fight. Right now, there will be negotiations regarding the next opponent, after which we will find out who he will be. I would personally prefer to meet in the ring with the former champion of the first Kunlun Grand Prix tournament, Denis Zuyev. Then it would be an interesting fight. However, even if my next opponent will be Belarusian fighter David Kuria, I will still be honored to fight such an experienced and interesting fighter as well. Also, the Chinese people have been asking me about what fights I want at Kunlun after the Grand Prix. I told them that I am extremely excited for the fight against David Kuria, so I am really hoping that upon the end of the Grand Prix, David Kuria will accept the fight. Additionally, the champion of Infusion, Brisco, is also taking part in the tournament. He has recently defeated one of the strongest fighters in the world, Boakava. They had an interesting match. Even more recently, maybe 2 weeks before the Kunlun fight, he defended his belt against David Kuria. He's also considered one of the best in the world right now, and there could be a fight between us two. So, Vlad, this is becoming a good tradition that after every triumph you came here and will break down your opponent, the fight itself, and take a look onto the plans for your future. We wish you the best of luck and thank you for taking your time during the recovery period to join us here. Dear viewers, today we had a real diamond, Vlad Tuinov, with us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the invitation. I would like to advise the viewers to practice sports and improve yourself.